What's up, guys? My name is Jake Thompson here. If this is your first time tuning into this channel, if not, welcome back. Today we're gonna be doing a makeover. Tune in, let's get right to it. Consultation, guys. Consultation is super uber important if you're gonna be doing a makeover, if you're going to be doing a client for the 20th time. You know, you always want to make sure that you're on the same page of what their wants and desires are. So her face shape is fairly balanced. This is Ashlyn, by the way. Her face shape is fairly balanced. And so I would say she's got very close to like an oval oblong face shape. There's some strength through here as well. And so with that, this hairstyle is going to work pretty well for her, meaning that we can do pretty much anything and she'll wear it well. She can have height, she can have width, she can have length. And so there isn't really anything we really need to hide from. So let's go ahead and get her shampooed. We'll come back and let's start this makeover. All right, guys, so I have established where we're gonna part, and there's a couple different reasons why we have decided to part where we're gonna part. Because, you know, Ashlyn has a flat point right through here, so we really want to help build up some of this weight right in this specific area. And that's why we have this happening right through here. And then it comes to a point. Down through here, we're gonna have this disconnected right up through here, right up through the top, because we're actually gonna start to build more length right through this specific area. So again, we're thinking pixie, a little bit of disconnection, just to really kind of get rid of some of the length. So let's go ahead and get this started. So one of the things I really want to show you guys, so first off, we started off with a vertical section right through here, and it was a typical graduation, and then as I came down, you can see how I left a little bit more length around the hairline. I want to have this hairline be soft. I basically kept those sections, you know, coming along this way, and I start to turn them a little bit like that, kind of working that length out just like that. Same thing over through here, you know, and then turning it just like so. When I got to the sides right through here, I basically took this and then I redirected this straight up, and I wanted to take it right to this line right through here. And so I kind of turned it up. I mean, you could have it come up just like so, but I flipped it over my fingers just like that, and then I took that length off. And then I followed this line just like that, and I kept this round right through there. So you can start to see how this length is gonna travel up to here, and then you're gonna have a little bit length right through that specific area. So with that, I have a little bit of softness right through here, softness right down through the actual hairline itself. Let's go ahead and start this section. I'm gonna take this section, I'm gonna comb this down. Now, one of the things I wanna keep in mind is as I start to cut this, you know, we've got a flat portion right through here, so I want to make sure that there's some volume right through here, and then we're actually going to start to bring a little bit more length through this specific area, so we can have a little bit of disconnection right over the top. So let's go ahead and do that. With this midsection right through here, it's disconnected. Now what I mean by disconnected is, come on over here and I'll show you this. I'm not sure. So you're gonna see this bottom section right through here, and then this is going to hang over the top of it. And so this should hug in really, really nicely. And then this shape right here is gonna help to build up a little bit more shape in the head right through here, because again, she has a flat spot right through here. So we're gonna help kind of build that up. So as me taking those sections out like this, you know, then you can see it kind of arcs. So it arcs a little bit. So it follows like the round of the head right through here. And then what I do is then I start to pivot right through here. And so we're actually having even a little bit more disconnection right through that side area. And as we can see right through here, where this kind of hugs the head really, really nicely, we're gonna have some disconnection that hangs over, and we can play with some of these pieces right through there, which is gonna be fabulous. And so this is gonna help kind of bring this together as well. And of course, we're not gonna keep it as long, but you can see how, you know, this shape right through here, and then that shape coming in, you know, right through there. So again, it's about just like this, and then it goes a little bit flatter right through there. So same thing over here on this side as well. The disconnection hangs over the top of those bottom pieces, and then we've got more hair to play around with in through that front area. So right now we're gonna do the top. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay guys, so when it comes to doing Ashlyn's fringe, one of the things that I've noticed, and when we discussed in our consultation, is her fringe is a little bit weak. You know, there might have been a little bit of hair loss, maybe a little bit of breakage, whatever it may be. So I want to make this a little bit stronger, so it's not just so fly away. And so what I did is I wanted to find where exactly her hair parts from the front to the side. And it was a technique I called blousing. And what it is where you comb down and then you push it back up, and then the hair will naturally separate right through there. And so we kind of found out, and usually it's right around where that bone is at. And if you can feel where that bone is at right there, that right there is usually where the hair will have a tendency to part between the front and the side. So I did that on both sides so I can find where we're going to strengthen this a little bit more. So let's go ahead and do that now. So one of the things you notice is that I was using the white teeth comb, like the white teeth right through here. The white teeth are not going to create any sort of tension because I'm not trying to stretch the hair down. I really just want to kind of put it where it wants to be, and then I'm going to kind of cutting off a little bit of those flyaways right through there. So keep in mind, you don't really want it to be, if you're going to be pulling on the fringe, you know, the hair is going to bounce back up. So we're not looking to do that. So then as I do this, I'm going to take down another section right through here, and I'm going to do the same thing. Go ahead and push that to the side. And I usually do this in like three subsections. So there will be like the bottom one, the mid, and then the top. All right guys, so we just finished up the fringe. We're gonna talk about what we did on the top. Let's recap on that really, really quick. So I took the top little triangle section and I blended it with the mid section, and then we held it up to where it's not curving and following the head, it's all directed back to that section. And all of these sections are directed right back at that section. We're gonna go ahead and dry this. We're gonna mist it down just a little bit, and we're gonna bring out a lot of the natural wave. This is how she wears her hair 99% of the time, so let's go ahead and work with that. Instead of stretching it and making it straight, which would still look great, but let's work with her natural wave. Cool? Let's go ahead and do that now. So one of the things, as I started to dry, I wasn't really trying to stretch the hair too much. I was really I was holding the blow dryer from behind, and I had it on a low speed, low heat, and I was just really, and I would take my hands and I would try and almost trap that air inside of there to kind of bring out some of that wave without making it frizzy. If I was just to blow dry it and blast it, it would make it super, super frizzy. So as you can start to see our disconnection in this area. So now it's got some of that length. What I really want to do is now I want to start to personalize it, start to bring in and make it super, super edgy, not as traditional, even though, we've got some long bits through here, we've got some long bits, which makes it look super feminine. Even just having a little bit of this through here, like I really, really like that personally because it makes it just doesn't look so, ordinary. So what I want to do as I start to detail this is I'm going to take my scissors, and I don't really have a comb in hand. I'm really just going to start to pick up pieces, and I'm going to start to kind of, chisel away or just bringing out some of that texture. And you'll notice as I have some of like the wave pattern, you're going to start to see a C right through here, and then the other C. So that would essentially be an S pattern. To make it to where this texture is going to look really, really piecey, you can cut out on the inside of the C. And so what that means is that if I was going to take this piece right through here, if I was going to take that, I would cut out on the inside portion of that. Now what that's going to do is that's going to kind of piece out, that piece right through there. So you can cut out and you can make that even more and more piecey. So where her hair naturally has that, you can make it to where it pieces out, and that's how you do that with curly hair, wavy hair. So I'm gonna do that right through here. What this will also do is this will also condense it a little bit more. This will make it to where it doesn't, of course we have a little bit more volume in that, but just even with kind of playing with it right through there, she could actually bring her disconnection, hide that right through there, which is actually just completely changes the look right there. So, again, like that's what's so super fun about, when you go into personalize your hair shapes, this is why it can be so fun, is that not everybody looks the same, so you can personalize it for each person. Okay guys, if you're still hanging out with us and you're here at this point, this is with the texture that I'm cutting in through here. You can see how this is like a little bit of a shorter portion right through here, but then it jumps up and then you've got this right through here. Now, there's another video where I do a pixie haircut and I'll go in and I cut texture in there where I just went in and I would put my scissors in there and I would just take off like that section right through there. Now, I could go in and I could do that very well, but I'm gonna show you how to soften up a texture, like that specific technique, by going in just in a different way. So now what I'm going to do is that you can actually come around over here and I'll show you guys to where instead of just putting the scissor in right through here and cutting that right through there, I'm gonna put the scissor in underneath, and then I'm just going to cut out, and I'm gonna cut out like a diagonal. And so you're gonna see how the flow of the line is gonna mimic the top portion of that line. So the top portion of that line goes like that, the bottom line goes like that as well. And so again, you can really keep the whole flow going the same direction. And so, and again, I could go in and I could notch out and take those sections out. But again, we're dealing with a finer texture. I mean, Ashlyn has a ton of hair right back through here. And as you get closer to the hairline, it's not as dense, and that's, 80% of the people out there, we run into that same issue. And as we start to age, our hair gets thinner. It's just, it is what it is. So, again, I'm not gonna go as aggressive right through here. I'm gonna go a lot more aggressive back through here. So we can kind of balance out those textures. And you can start to see how what's happening here. And again, I really like, she's got such a beautiful face that she can have her fringe come straight down. She can push it to the side. We can tuck some of these like back through her. I mean, this completely changes the shape right through there, which is awesome. But again, I really like these long bits through here. They're kind of fun with, like she can tuck half of that through there, you know, have that kind of come. I mean, again, like that shape completely changes. And again, how she's feeling, how her hair sleeps that day, you know, it's keeping a very feminine, delicate, you know, look to it. So I don't, you know, again, I'm not a huge person of really blunt, strict lines. I mean, if you've got the facial features for it, yeah, it looks great. But, you know, with COVID, I mean, not that she's gained any weight, she's probably lost weight. I've gained weight, you know what I mean? Like, not working out as much, it's softer through that, you know, but if you have the bone structure, you can wear a very blunt, hard line against your face. But again, with this is the option to where she can tuck it behind her ears or she can wear that forward like through there. So the texture that I started to put in there as I was cutting into those C's, and I was really kind of doing a lot of surface texture that you could see. I wasn't really going in and going too nuts on the inside of it. So, and it's got a natural wave, and as you can start to see, there's more strength in her fringe right through here. You know, again, it was really, really weak before, and that's just because there wasn't enough of those fringe, number one, and number two, it was just, there was like flyaway pieces that were longer, so I wanted to give it a little bit more structure in there. So we're gonna go ahead and style this. I hope you guys dig what we've done. So let's go ahead and style that. All right, guys, so of course, this is the finished look. Makeover, absolutely fabulous. Ashlyn looks amazing. Again, I hope you guys really enjoyed what we did today. Let me recap really quick, you know, what we did through the back to kind of bring that closer to the head, disconnection through the sides as well. This midsection, a little bit overhangs. You can see kind of like some of this long bits. You know, she's gonna kind of tuck it. She's kind of a tucker. And then that top portion comes all the way back to that stationary guide right through here. And then we really just made the fringe a lot stronger. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a few shots of this. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I wanna thank you guys, if you guys made it this far. Makeover we did today on beautiful Ashlyn. This is like a new beginning. You know, anybody that's willing to cut their hair, it's like a born again Christian, right? It's a really beautiful thing. So if you guys have enjoyed this, go ahead and like the video, subscribe. You know what, I just really appreciate you guys viewing. Hopefully I can share some tips and tricks to make you guys better. We'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for tuning in.